What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and in this video we'll be taking a look at brand new exotic perks that have been put onto year 1 exotic armor. And as you probably know, only a few of the year 1 exotic armor pieces made it into year 2 with the year 2 versions. Lots have been left behind. However, Bungie's Armory shows that there are actually year 2 versions of all of the year 1 armor and also some new exotic perks, which is very interesting. So the Bungee Armory is a database of all the items in Destiny, and obviously it's official, seeing as it is on Bungie.net. And it's really important to note that a lot of these things in databases can be placeholders and can be temporary. They don't always end up being put in the game, so nothing is confirmed yet. We don't know what Bungie have planned for this armor. However, this information is very likely to be put in the game sometime soon. So what the database shows is 310 defense year 2 versions of all of the year 1 armor, and some of them have brand new perks, which I'm going to show in a second. It lists that you can get them from the Kingsfall raid, Nightfalls and Xur, so those are the sources you're supposed to be able to get these from, and it lists them as being 310 defense. So at some point there's probably going to be an update which these will actually start dropping, and initially these were also listed as 330 defense. So since they've been reduced to 310 in the database, but initially they were 330, so definitely a lot of weird stuff going on with these armor pieces, and I get a feeling they'll be coming into the game very, very soon. So every armor from year 1 you can think of has a 310 version in the database, and let me know in the comment section which exotic armor you're most excited for to have a 310 version in year 2. Now let's take a look at these new exotic perks. Some year 1 exotics were actually pretty bad in terms of perks, and it seems Bungie recognized this and decided to improve some of the weakest armor sets. So the ones I'm going to read off still have their old perks they used to have in year 1, plus a brand new perk. So firstly we have the Apotheosis Veil, which is a Warlock helmet. The Private Reserves perk used to just replenish your health when you'd activate a super, and now it's going to not only replenish your health, but also replenish your grenade and your melee charge. So that is a nice boost to what was a pretty mediocre exotic beforehand. Then we have the ATS 8 Arachnid. I think we can all vote that this is probably the worst exotic in the history of Destiny. Its perk used to let your golden gun increase zoom for better accuracy, which is really pointless. No one used this thing, and it was a very pointless Dark Below exotic. Now it has that, and also your golden gun will now last longer, so you have a bit more time until it runs out to find your targets. I could see that being useful in Crucible. It's definitely an improvement when everyone's running away from your golden gun, and it gives you a little bit more time to find a target before your golden gun runs out. So I definitely like that. The next one is the MK44 Standardize, which are Titan boots. These are used to increase the window that you can use your shoulder charge in, and its new perk, in addition to the old one, gives you a tighter turn radius while sprinting. This is more of a Crucible perk and is definitely going to be more useful than you might think. You might not notice it, but Destiny compared to other shooters, when you sprint, your turn radius is actually quite slow, so this can be a very nice perk to have. The next up is the Kepri Sting Hunter Gauntlet. These are used to give you invisibility while crouching and 4 times melee damage when you hit an enemy from behind while invisible. Its new perk also means that all melee attacks apply lingering damage effect, so it seems like every melee you do will act like Thorn and burn them with extra damage. I thought the Kepri Sting was actually pretty good before, but now it seems to be even better. Next up is the Heart of Praxic Fire. This is a Warlock chest piece that was actually pretty good before in terms of year 1 exotics. Its old perk meant Radiance lasted a lot longer and you could use more abilities in it. Now it greatly increases your agility while in Radiance. So the word greatly definitely means that there's going to be quite a big boost in your agility. So it sounds pretty crazy. Like I've said, I thought the Heart of Praxic Fire was one of the best year 1 exotics for the Warlock. So now it's going to have way more increased agility when you have Radiance. It's going to be interesting to see how much that actually affects it. And then finally we have something which definitely did need an improvement. These are the Sunbreakers, the Warlock Gauntlets, probably tied with the ATS Arachnid as the worst exotics in the game. These were kind of hated because Xur sold them like every week in a row back in the first few months of Destiny, and all you old school year 1 players will probably remember that. But these things were hated and a very useless exotic, and their perk made solar grenades last a little bit longer. Now it does that, and also gives you an extra solar grenade charge. So now you get to carry 2 of these solar grenades, which is pretty good. So those are the year 1 exotic armor pieces with brand new exotic perks, and like I've said, there are 310 year 2 versions of all the other armor pieces from year 1, but those ones I mentioned have new exotic perks. So let me know by leaving a comment. I want to know which exotic you're most excited to have a year 2 version of. My personal favorite is the Bones of Ao. I cannot wait to have a year 2 version of those, and they are definitely very handy with the amount of verticality and jumping puzzles in the Dreadnought. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.